Hey EMbers, welcome back to the channel and welcome to part 2 of my lake playthrough. So we are starting on the morning of Wednesday, September the 3rd. Here we are with Meredith. And like I say, this is a bit of a slow playthrough when it comes to lake. I really wanted you to see everything the game has to offer, so let's talk to Frank.
I like this job, but nothing beats winning a bet against the odds.
And like I said in part 1, I'm not actually going to be doing too much talking during this playthrough because I really want you to experience the game. So this is going to be a limited talking playthrough. Hopefully you're okay with that.
Good morning, Providence Oaks. We're starting the day as we always do with a PO positive or pet peeve, followed by the weather.
PO positive or pet peeve?
Dale, what's it gonna be?
It's a positive all the way, Jack. I went to Moe's Diner yesterday, and I don't think I've ever had blueberry pie that tasted so good.
Thank you much, Dale. That makes me want to get a piece right now. But the weather's first. We'll start off sunny with a few clouds later today. How about some music now?
So correct me if I'm wrong, but I do think that's the first and only time that we hear from Dale. So I'm not entirely sure who he is, but we are just heading up to the diner. And we don't need to go into the diner today because there is no post for the diner, but I'm going in anyway. I just rammed right into that fence. I'm going in anyway because, like I say, this is definitely a bit more of a slower playthrough and I really just wanted to experience everything. Turns out I'm not going in because the doors aren't open. So scrap that, but we are visiting the places every single day that we don't necessarily need to. Just because I think it adds a little bit more flavour to the game. Just ignore my abysmal driving there. And I really do think this game is so beautiful. I love it so much. It gives me such a sense of calm and peace. So hopefully it does that for you too. So here again is the Reynolds farm. I don't think we need to go here today. We're just checking the map. No, it looks like we don't. So we are going to skip the Reynolds farm for now. And again, excuse my horrendous driving here, but just look how beautiful this game is. I really do love it. So it looks like we do have a parcel for the motel. I don't know what I'm doing though. I should have gone that way. I don't know why I chose to. I'm on the wrong side of the road at the minute. We're going in this way, are we? Okay, fair enough. And I don't know if this is our first time speaking to the chap in the motel, but he's not the nicest fellow you'll ever meet. So let's go ahead and meet him now. Oh, I'm just taking you around to the vending machines just to have a little look. You can't actually do anything with them. But let's go and meet the motel clerk.
Hello, sir. Parcel for you. Hello? Anyone home? It's the mail.
1 minute, I'm busy.
Okay, sir.
That a parcel for me?
Yes, sir. Oregon Trail Motel.
You can just put it on the counter.
All right. Have a nice day.
So that was our first meeting with the delightful Matt there. And I don't know if you saw it, but in that motel, and I don't know if it is in the shop as well, there is a stand with postcards on it. And I actually have one of those postcards in real life. I believe I've shown you in a video before. I did a video on my lake autographs. I do have a few video game autographs. And the lady who voiced Meredith who you are, of course, hearing now. Well, you're not hearing her right now, but the lady who voiced Meredith sent me one of the Providence Oaks postcards, which I'm really, really happy about. So it's nice to see something that I actually own in the game. I always love it when that happens. But yes, we're just enjoying a little beautiful drive. And one thing I will say, I played like when it first came out, I think, on the Xbox One. We're just having a look to see where our next parcel is. Pretty much on the Xbox One. And there was a lot more wildlife, I think. So I'm playing this on the PlayStation 5. And we have seen a fox so far. But I remember seeing rabbits on the Xbox One and deer. And we don't tend to see too much of them in this playthrough. So I don't know if they sort of nerfed the wildlife for the PS5. I'm not sure if it's just a glitch. But that is one thing that I wanted to pull up when we're talking about the PlayStation 5 version. There are a lot more glitches than I experienced on the Xbox One version, to be honest. But I spent the majority of time as I was playing, as you know me, trying to see the bunnies again, and they weren't there. And again, there are some instances where you see stags, and I didn't see those either. So, I don't know, maybe something to tell the team, but it's like they've nerfed the wildlife aspect for the PS5, which is a bit of a shame. But like I say, we have seen a fox, and of course we have seen Mildred's many cats. Oh, and speaking of animals, we are going to just pop into the motel. Not the motel. The, what do you call it now? Garage? Service station. I forgot the name of it. Speaking of animals, there is something we need to discuss, but we'll do it in a minute.
I'm studying math today. Not my favorite subject.
No, it's definitely not my favourite subject either, Laurie. Anyway, so what I was saying about animals. In episode 1, we noticed that there was a doghouse outside Meredith's house, or technically Meredith's parents' house, called Binky. And I was debating, is that a dog? Is that a rabbit? Because Binky is a rabbit's name for me. But it has to be a dog because there's a doghouse. Yet there's no dog in the game. Well, when editing footage back, I realised there is a photo of a dog on Meredith's parents' mantelpiece. So there was a dog. And now, question for the developers if you're watching this, what happened to the dog? I can't remember if it's mentioned. I don't know what happened there. I can't remember if it's mentioned in the Season's Greetings DLC, but now I need to know what happened to the dog. This is imperative information. Is the dog dead? What's happened to the dog? Have Meredith's parents taken it to Florida with them? Or is the dog dead? I need to know this sort of stuff. And again, I can't remember if it mentions it in the Season's Greetings DLC, which I'm sure we will play on this channel at one point. But I'm just looking around at everything here, and I really want to build like a model replica of Providence Oaks. It would cost me so much money, and it would take so much time, but I really want to do it. I honestly feel more at home in Providence Oaks at the minute than I do in my real town. Yeah, that's quite sad really, but it is the truth. But more importantly, where is the dog? This is information that needs to be known. It really does. So, speaking of animals, looks like we're popping to Mildred's. So let's see what Mildred has to say.
Meryl, dear, so glad you could come by. Oh, it's quite the emergency.
What's wrong, Miss Jenkins?
It's poor little Mortimer. He's fallen ill, I think. 1 minute he was full of life. The next he just wasn't.
I mean, I'm not a vet, but he looks fine to me.
Well, fact is you're not a vet, are you? Do you know who knows about animals, though? Is Mr. Mackey. He runs the old bait shop by the lake. Could you take Mortimer to him?
Sure, I'll get right on it. Here, little kitty, come on.
Wonderful. Be nice to Meredith, Mortimer. Don't shed too much hair in her van now.
Bye, Miss Jenkins.
Bye, Meredith. See you soon, Mortimer.
And you've just seen one of the tiny glitches that I experienced doing this game, where it randomly cuts off text sometimes. So the characters are speaking and it just randomly stops what they're saying, I guess. So we've put little Mortimer in the back of our van, and this is where I get to show you the update. This is something that I'd never seen before when playing.
I love it when the weather is nice and we can spend all day in the garden. They all love the grass.
So the update is not Mildred. It's the cats. We can now pet the cat.
Hey there. I actually don't know what Mildred named you, and I'm not sure I want to know.
So do we spend longer than necessary doing this? Yes, we absolutely do. Look at the little cat. You do see some birds flying about here and then as well. But I do think that there's something with the PS5, like I say, where it gets rid of some of the wildlife. I'm not sure why. There's probably people wanting to go past on the street where we've left our van. But we're too busy petting a cat, mate. You're just going to have to wait. Do we need to be doing this for this long? Absolutely not. Are we going to? Yes. Is this going to be the last time you see us pet a cat in this playthrough? No. How cute! It's just a tiny thing. Like, is it necessary in the game that they added this in? No. But am I happy about it? Yes. I think they added this update for International Cat Day, which is super cute. Apologies if you can hear any cars in the background as well. Look, someone's waiting for us. They're probably beeping at us. I do try to keep background noise to a minimum. Oh, look at that poor van. But sometimes it can't be helped. They've been waiting all this time because we've been petting a cat. But it's important stuff. Important stuff. Are you really a postman, post person, whatever? If you don't stop and pet the cats, I don't think you are. So it looks like we're going around to our neighbour's house. I don't think we ever get to meet our neighbours. Oh, hang on. We might in the Season's Greeting DLC.
Hey, Mom and Dad have new neighbors. Ziegler, huh? Don't think they ever mentioned them.
So I don't want to spoil it too much, obviously, because like I say, we probably will play the DLC on this channel. But I can't remember if the person you meet in the DLC is their neighbour or not. Can't remember. Anyway, we're taking the long way round after nearly bashing into a fire hydrant there. Oh no, what's happening here? Oh my god. I'm going over the lawn. Oh no, this is terrible. What? Oh, you're just going to have to pretend you're not seeing this. What has just happened there? And there's a fence as well. Oh, we've just bashed straight into the fence. Oh no, what have we done here? What on earth possessed me to go this way? Oh my god, it's going wrong. This is a disaster. This is an absolute disaster. What are we going to do? I think we're best to reset the van. Just pretend you didn't see that. Honestly, if I were you, I'd just pretend I didn't see it. Yeah. So, are we going to carry on delivering mail, or are we going to go straight to Bert's with Mortimer the cat? Oh, yeah, we had the cat in the van as well. What are we going to do? I think it looks like we're going to take the cat straight to Mortimer's. Me driving on the wrong side of the road again. I would use the excuse that I'm English and therefore these sides of the roads are wrong. I could use that excuse. But then I also think I'm just a terrible driver. So there is that. But let's head down to Bert's. And I honestly can't remember if you saw Bert Mackey last episode or if this is the first time that you're going to be meeting Bert.
Wait, where's
I'm
the
getting there,
package?
Meredith. I'm getting the package. Calm yourself. And it's not a package, it's the cat. So yeah, you'll have to forgive me, but I can't remember if we met Bert in part 1 or not. But this is the bait, tackle and boat rental place, which is not open during the season that we are playing in. Which is, of course, September. So, let's go and meet Bert.
Mr. Mackey, I know you're close, but
What?
I'm Meredith Weiss.
Yeah, Meredith Weiss. Thomas' kid.
I remember you running around the lake when you were yay high, getting into all sorts of trouble. What can I do you for?
Mildred Jenkins tells me you know a lot about animals, and, well...
Oh, hi there, little fellow. What's your name?
Apparently it's Mortimer.
Well, pleased to meet you, Mort. He's a little sluggish. Has Millie been feeding him cupcakes again?
Cupcakes? I hope not.
Leave him with me. I'll put him on a diet today. Maybe even catch him a fish if they're biting. With any luck, he should be up and running in the morning.
Thank you, sir. By the way, how are you?
I'm fine, I'm fine. You go back to running around that lake, Miss Weiss.
Okay. Bye, Mr. Mackey. Bye, Mortimer.
So it turns out Mildred has been feeding the cat cupcakes, which is why Mortimer is not feeling very well. Well, I'm not surprised. I think we've all been, sorry for that sort of dodgy camera angle there going down the stairs. I think we've all been a little guilty at times of feeding our pets things that we shouldn't, but perhaps not cupcakes. I'm really good with the bunny rabbit because you have to be so careful with what they can eat. But I do remember when I used to have a dog, and I did sneak him some little scraps from my plate every once in a while. So we're all a little bit guilty of it, I think. But if Mildred's been feeding the cat cupcakes, there's a bit of a problem there, dear. Anyway, with that, we are heading back into sort of the centre of town. Honestly, look at this and tell me that you wouldn't want to live here in real life. I really do. So it's based in Oregon in the 80s. I think it's Oregon in the 80s, and I just love it. You'll have to let me know if you know. Is this like a good representation? I can't speak. Representation of Oregon? Because I know nothing about that state at all, you know. Absolutely nothing. Definitely a gap in my knowledge, and that's something I'd like to fix. So I might do some research on Oregon now. But we're heading into the general store for no reason. We're just going to pop in and say hello to Nancy. And the postcards are there.
I'll be glad when I can close up the shop. This day is taking forever.
So we've got a couple more bits to deliver. And this will be the first episode, I believe, where you meet, sorry if you hear that, that is my bunny rabbit eating her food in the background. This is the first episode, I believe, where you meet your second potential love interest. There's only 2 in this game. So we're going to be doing that very, very soon. But we'll just deliver our letters here first. Random this, I've never lived in a cul-de-sac either. But it looks so cosy, doesn't it? I don't know if they call them that in America, but we call them cul-de-sacs here.
Same handwriting as the one I delivered next door. I'm guessing party invitations?
Don't be nosy there, Meredith. That's got naught to do with you, dear. Just look how cute. Heron Circle, it's called. So we have 3 more things to deliver, I believe. But with that, it looks like we're going to be heading into the Flick Shack for what I believe is the first time this playthrough. So let's go ahead and grab the parcel. And into the Flick Shack we go, and I absolutely love this because have a look at the different types of puns that you have in here. So it's old movies, but look at the titles.
Welcome to the Flick Shack. How can I help you?
Got a package for you, ma'am.
Hold on, you're our new postal worker? Talk about not looking the part.
Is that a compliment?
Trust me, it definitely is.
Well, thank you then. Name's Meredith, by the way. Meredith Weiss.
Angie, Eastman. So, what brings you to Providence Oaks?
Grew up here, and now I'm back to do my dad a favor.
Ah, I myself have been here for 6 years.
And what brings you here?
Didn't grow up here, came to do myself a favor.
Touche, Mrs. Eastman.
Miss.
So your dream was to rent out videotapes?
Not a dream, per se. More like a vision. Figured in a sleepy town like this, people don't have much to do anyways. Might as well watch a flick, right?
You certainly have a lot of them.
Choice is everything. Nothing quite tickles the imagination like the right movie at the right time.
Maybe I should watch more movies. Well, it was nice meeting you, Miss Eastman.
Call me Angie. And here, someone just returned this, and it should be right up your alley.
The postman always rings twice? My kind of humor.
Well, I don't know anything else about you, Mrs. Temporary Postal Worker.
Miss. But touche, Angie. All right. I'll check it out if I have the time.
Take your time. This isn't exactly the most popular flick in the shack, and there's plenty of choice regardless.
Okay. Well, it was nice meeting you, Miss Angie.
Same here, Miss Meredith. Hope you like The Postman Always Rings Twice. You only have to watch it once.
And that was our first introduction to Angie. I haven't actually watched The Postman Always Rings Twice, by the way, but I'm just showing you through the shack. If you can pause and just have a look at these, because props to whoever did this. These are so good. They really are. So with that, let's leave and carry on. We have a couple more things to deliver. But yes, your two potential love interests in this game are Robert and Angie, and we have met both of them. I do have a set course for this playthrough, which you will see as we go along. But if this playthrough goes well, there may be a second with the alternate option. Let's say it like that, because I would like to platinum the game on the PS5 anyway, and you technically have to do 3 different options in order to platinum the game. You don't actually have to do it a full playthrough for those, but why not, eh? I love this game so much, why not do another playthrough? So we'll see what happens, but yes, I do have a set course for this particular playthrough that you're watching. And this looks like it's our last parcel of the day.
What on earth did these folks order?
So let's go ahead and deliver our final parcel of the day.
Commander Grace, we have established communication with ground control. How do you wish to proceed?
Tell them we've landed the rocket.
Ground control, we have landed the rocket. We will now begin our experiments.
Package for the Evans family?
Just a minute. Commander Grace, permission to explore?
Permission granted.
Yep, we're the Evans family. Could I just take that real quick? I'm kind of in the middle of a lunar landing.
Sure. Here you go. Nice helmet, by the way.
Why, thank you. I actually modeled it on the Apollo 11 crew outfit. Wait, what? Meredith?
Guilty as charged. I'm sorry. Who are you?
What? For real? You don't recognize your old best friend when you see her?
Wait a minute. Kay?
Great. And now I busted my colander. I knew opening the door in this thing was a bad idea.
I'm sorry. I didn't recognize you with the colander thing. The helmet.
Yeah, clearly. But it seems I'm not the only one who came in disguise.
Got me there. You've lived in Providence Oaks all this time?
Don't sound so surprised. But yes, I married Barry Evans. I'm sure you remember our high school star quarterback.
Mom!
Be right there, Commander Grace! Scanning for alien life forms. That's my little scientist back there. She's crazy about space travel, as you may have guessed. even after the whole Challenger thing.
You married Quarterberry? And had kids? I had no idea.
Well, obviously a lot can happen in 22 years, so...
Time flies.
So, I heard you were back in town for a while. From Maureen.
That's right. I ran into her yesterday at the diner. Your Uncle Stan wasn't there, unfortunately. I must have just missed him.
Nope. It's Moe's diner now. Like I said, a lot of things happened while you were away. Also, I work there now. At the diner.
That's great. Maybe I'll drop by sometime.
Yeah, we'll see.
Ready for a liftoff!
Listen, I'm sorry, but I don't really have time for this right now. Can't get stuck on the moon on my own, and I have to get ready for work. See you around, Em.
Good to see you, Kay. Evans!
Commander Grace, hold up! You'll never guess what I just found.
You can say that again.
And that was our first meeting with our former best friend. So, a little bit awkward that, wasn't it? But we'll see how that relationship progresses. Or doesn't. You'll just have to wait and see. But I really like Kay. Like I've said, I like every character really. There genuinely isn't a character I don't like. Even the unlikable ones I like. So with that, let's end off our workday and head to the post office. I think someone just got post outside in real life. Ironies of ironies. I just heard a doorbell ringing. This is me just stopping to have a look at what some of the shops say that you can't go into. Sort of set decoration, as it were. And I'm also on the path while I'm doing this, not paying attention because I'm trying to look at what the shops say. But I'd love to make this. I've also thought about making Providence Oaks in The Sims. It's going to take so much work, but I would love to. I just love it so much. I'm gushing about this game so much. But anyway, let's end off our workday and move into the evening.
Meredith, hi.
Oh, hi, Steve. How are you?
Busy as two peas. Added 87 is really getting there. Hey, listen, you got plenty of time, right?
I guess, but that's nice for a change.
Awesome, I need a favor. I sent a bunch of files your way. It's the retail pitch for Added 87. It's good, but not great. It needs your magic. Do you think you can add it? Huh?
I'm not sure. How many pages are we talking about here?
It's not much. It's just the pitch, and there's also an instruction booklet. Can't be more than 100 pages. I could just send it to your post office, right?
I guess.
Awesome. Mail it back to me as soon as possible. Priority mail. Thanks so much. Oh, I gotta run.
Okay, Steve.
Oh, one final thing. Now let this marinate. Add it, 87, add anything you like. It's fancy, right? Yeah, don't tell me now. I got a jet. Bye.
Well, we will definitely not be doing that. We're on holiday, Steve. You can sod off and leave us alone. We're going to watch The Postman Always Rings Twice instead. And with that, that's the end of part 2. So thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned for part 3. And until next time, bye, Embers.